Hello everyone, and thank you for the opportunity to present this case for dentinal tubules. My name is Dave Norcross and I graduated from Leeds in 2006. I now live in Perth, Western Australia. The case I'm going to present to you today is a case I presented as part of the Master Clinician in Implant Dentistry program run by Guide in UCLA. I found this to be a very comprehensive course and it has completely changed a lot of the ways I practice. It was also a good excuse for a few visits to Sydney and one to Los Angeles for the final module. So this is now my home country, and despite what many people think, it's a good place to live. The two places I split my time between are Perth and Port Hedland. I live in the port town of Fremantle. At the top left there you can see the famous Cottesloe Beach, and if you follow the Swan River up to the top right you get to Perth City. My main practice is south of Perth in a town called Kelmscott. And once a month I fly 2,000 kilometres up to the mining town of Port Hedland. This isn't such a great place to visit, very hot and dusty, but a huge iron ore industry and a lot of miners with poor dental health. But we have a great team up there and it's always a pleasure to visit. So this is Peter, a 43-year-old male who was referred to me by a colleague with a fractured upper right tooth. This had been bonded back in with composite. He was an irregular attender and the tooth had been root treated approximately 4 years ago. He's what's known as a FIFO worker, which stands for fly in, fly out. A lot of people in Perth are employed in the various mining towns in northern Western Australia and fly there to work for 2 to 3 weeks at a time before returning to Perth for the time off. Examination revealed a low smile line, moderate overcrowding, a deep overbite, gingival recession on the upper canines and centrals, fairly poor oral hygiene, and the anterior guidance was on the canines. The upper right tooth was root treated and was unrestorable. The biotype appeared to be thick and the buccal bone measured approximately 3.5 millimeters from the gingival margin. The free gingival margin was slightly more apical on the upper right lateral. Radiographic assessment revealed good bone height on the adjacent teeth. We know that the bone level on the adjacent teeth is the most critical element for the maintenance of the papilla following implant placement. There is also adequate bone apical to the root tip of the 1-2 for the primary stability of an implant. Cone beam imaging revealed a chronic apical lesion, an intact buccal plate, and adequate bone apical to the root tip. All my implant cases are sent for a